Do I tell them about the rainbow closet or do I keep that a secret? I'm gonna keep it a secret. They might think I'm crazy. They already know I'm crazy. That's why they're here. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Once again, we are on the couch because it's dark. And this is the only place in my house that doesn't have absolutely atrocious overhead lighting. So it's Yumi and the lamp once again. Today's video is one that I've actually been getting requests for about 6 months, so hopefully it shares some insight as to how I stay organized on a daily, weekly, monthly level. If you have watched my prior videos, you've probably gathered that I'm a little type A, I'm a little bit neat freak, I'm a little extra when it comes to my organization habits. I'm that way mostly because it gives me peace to be that way. When my house is a mess, or when I don't know where things are, or when my thoughts are scattered, or I'm not prepared for something, it stresses me out. It makes me feel like I'm 52 card pickup, and I hate feeling that way. So when my environment is clean and peaceful and calm, I can focus and it helps me think, and it just really helps make all of my days go so much smoother. So without further ado, I wanted to share a few things that I religiously do to make sure that I stay organized and on top of my life. The first of which, I'm an obsessive planner user. So I did do an unboxing of my 2021 daily planner. I am so bummed because in that video I was saying that I really wish that they had had a cute floral cover for this year's planner, and they released one the day after I published that video. And it's so cute. And it took everything in me not to repurchase this $50 planner just so that the outside was cuter. It was so difficult not to buy it. I told like 5 people I wanted to buy it and they were all like, no, don't do it. You're not gonna care about the cover. And I'm like, but I do. And they said no. And so I didn't, but I'm still thinking about it. So you best believe it. Next year I'm getting a cute freaking cover. Back to the point of this video, not just me ranting about planner covers. Every single Sunday, usually in the evening once Charlie's gone to bed, I sit down with this beast and I map out my entire week. And when I say map it out, I mean map it out. Every single thing that happens that week between my work schedule, Danny's work schedule, babysitting, specific chores that need to be done, YouTube. Oddly enough, I do schedule my showers just to make sure I actually do them because I will forget if I don't write them down. We're working on self-care this year. I write everything in my planner. I've always been a planner to-do list person, but since having Charlie and juggling a full-time working schedule with being home with her full-time as well, I've really leaned into my planner to help me keep my sanity. For the first 3-4 months that I was home and back to work, I felt absolutely insane. Like I couldn't retain any thoughts, I couldn't remember anything at all. And so I really leaned into writing everything down because it truly was the only way I could remember all of the random little tiny stupid things. And that habit really picked up and gained some momentum since then, and it really has helped me a ton in making sure that my household is taken care of, that different commitments between work and Danny's work and YouTube and friends and just all of the little facets of life don't accidentally fall through the cracks as much as possible because no one's perfect. It really has helped me keep all of those balls, for the most part, in the air. I'm going to insert a little video of what this past week's planner looked like. I'm comfortable sharing this because literally no week is the same for me. This is not my daily schedule consistently, and it's not gonna be what next week looks like or the week after that and the week after that. It's truly every day and week is different. However, regardless of the schedules that I'm working around, which tend to shift a lot, there are a handful of recurring tasks that always happen on certain days of the week, and I wanted to show you how I space those out, what those are, what things I do daily versus a couple times a week versus maybe once on the weekends. I wanted to include a small, stupid disclaimer. I will be getting an external microphone for this camera that I'm using to film today. However, this next clip is actually using my new microphone, which is wonderful, but the audio quality is significantly better. We're working on it. You just can't get all the equipment at once because it's spendy, okay? Without further ado, here is what this last week looked like. This is what my planner tends to look like on a weekly basis.
My tasks tend to stay the same from day to day, but obviously the hourly calendared events do change quite a bit. Tuesday is my upload day, so that tends to be a pretty busy day for me between actually getting the video uploaded, responding to comments, and putting it out where it needs to go. Wednesday, I'm usually responding to people and following up on any support that fellow creators have given me. This happened to be a super busy Thursday with supporting other creators here on YouTube. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot on the calendar that day for me. Either way, I clearly did not drink enough water. We'll have to work on that. Friday was also pretty busy. A lot of YouTube stuff to follow up with, as well as a bunch of stuff on the calendar. I did want to shout out those girls there at the bottom for being so kind to me on my channel that week before. And then I include all of my household chores that I want to get done over the weekend in the weekend section, in addition to any fun things we might have planned.
Every Sunday, I sit down with my planner and I map out the entire week ahead of me from Monday to Sunday, and I include Danny's schedule, my schedule, when I'm gonna have the babysitter here, grocery pickups, appointments, all of the calendared events that have to go into that week. The next thing I do is I go into my tasks. Now my planner is really helpful for me in that it has two columns. On one side, it's the hourly breakdown, and then the other side is a blank to-do list, essentially, with check boxes. The first thing that I do when I set up my planner is I go through and I write in all of the recurring daily tasks that I want to make sure I do. There are certain ones that I do only Monday through Friday. They tend to be work related or YouTube related, but I'll go through and include those first, mostly because they tend to be the most extensive lists of to-do. So if I can get those out of the way, then I can kind of plug in all the little random bits and pieces from there. After I've inserted the daily, more work and general related tasks, I go in and add my daily self-care related tasks. It's gonna sound dumb, but I need to do this or else I will forget, and roll your eyes all you want, but I do absolutely schedule my showers to the point where on certain days I write hair shower versus just body shower. I'm not a girl who washes her hair every single day. I will be bald, but sometimes I lose track. We're all human. I'm sure there's been another lady out there that's like, is this day 3 hair or day 5 hair? I don't know. It's been in a ponytail the whole time. If I write it down, I know I'm taking decent care of myself. I know, hey, on Tuesdays and Fridays, you need to wash your hair. Those also happen to be the days that I tend to work out with my trainer, so it works out to deal with the sweaty hair that day. Once I have added the tasks for me in there, I then go and add Charlie's daily, weekly tasks. She also has super sensitive skin like me, and I found that if I bathe her daily, she breaks out in such bad eczema and dry skin. So I try and just stagger her like every other day. But just like me, sometimes I lose track if she took a bath yesterday or the day before. So I just write it down and I don't ever have to try and remember it. So at this point, we've got daily work and general stuff. We've got my tasks, Charlie's tasks. After this, I move on to the bigger, more once a week, one-off type of tasks. Things like emptying the cat litter boxes that we do once a week, or cleaning out the bunny cage that we do once a week. Like the general deep clean of the house once a week, where I go through all the rooms and dust and sweep and change sheets and all of that stuff you don't need to do every single day. I write all that out. That's typically how I go through setting up my planner on a weekly basis. Obviously, sometimes things change, but 99% of the time, that's how I structure my week. Another part of how I stay organized on a daily level is a daily routine. Some people thrive off routines, some people don't. I tend to do well on a routine for the most part. I do get stuck in a rut pretty quick. However, there are just certain things that need to happen the way that they happen for a lot of different reasons, and we can mix it up other places. She usually gets up around 7:30, so I'll get up with her, give her a bottle of milk, make her breakfast, get her changed and dressed and ready for the day, and let her play for a little while I get myself put together. And then about that time is usually when work starts. I'll work, and then it'll be her nap time around 11:30. I'll put her down, and then she usually sleeps for like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, in which time I'll get a lot of my phone calls done for work because I won't have any interruptions or weird noises or squeaks or squeals or, oh no, she fell and hit her something or other and now she's crying. Won't have any of those surprises while on the phone with the client. Been there, and it is something to try and like speed mute your phone. I'll get those things out of the way that I know are gonna be sound sensitive, and then I'll take a few minutes to make her lunch and have that ready for her when she gets up. Some days Danny is home all day, and those days he hangs out with her obviously all day, and it gives me some like more focused work time. On days that he's working, he tends to be working and some arrangement in the afternoon at some point. It really does vary a ton. Sometimes it's 1 o'clock, sometimes it's 4 o'clock, sometimes it's 7, sometimes he goes to work at 11 p.m. It really does vary a ton. On the days that he is working, say a swing shift where he has to go to work at 2 and gets home at 11:30, I do have some help in the afternoons. Miranda shows up, hangs out with Charlie until I'm off for work, and then it's the change of the guard, it's mom time. Straight after work I make dinner, we ate dinner together, I get Charlie ready for bed and she's in bed by 7. From 7 to 8-ish usually is when I'm putting the house back together, cleaning up the playroom, sweeping the floors, all of the put it back together after it's been destroyed all day. And that gives me this peaceful, clean environment to sit down and do all of those daily tasks that I didn't get to while I was doing mom and work stuff for the last 12 hours. Usually I will work on YouTube and social media related things from about 8 to 11:30 or midnight every night, and then I'm usually asleep around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Obviously everyone's daily schedule is going to vary differently. The suggestion that I would give you if you're trying to think about how to structure your day is to look for efficient pockets of time. For instance, I make the majority of my outgoing phone calls at work when Charlie's down for a nap, because I know that that time is peaceful and quiet and conducive to the work that I need to do in that time period, versus trying to force the issue and make an outgoing phone call to an 89-year-old woman who can't hear you while Charlie's trying to watch Blue's Clues at max level. Look for efficient pockets of time where the environment is conducive to do the work that you need to do, and work quickly and efficiently in that space. I guess what I'm trying to say is find a routine that works for you in your phase of life that lets you have as many focused moments as you can. Don't try and do all the things at once. Try and compartmentalize your day in a way that makes sense. And the final thing that I do that really does contribute to keeping my life in order is more of a physical thing. It's truly just tidying as I go. I don't typically let my house explode all day long and not touch any of it. I'm not the type of person that just wakes up, lets the chips fall where they may from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then just cleans it up. I'm usually tidying as I go, putting dishes in the sink, putting toys away that she's done playing with. At nap time, I'll do a quick scan around the house and collect all the little bits and pieces that she's taken out and put them back real fast. It takes me 5-10 minutes in little tiny fractions of the day versus taking two plus hours at night to reassemble my entire house. Another reason that I do this is because having a tidy space makes me feel peaceful and calm and efficient and focused. And I feel like if my environment is clean, then I can really capitalize on that feeling and work efficiently in those pockets that I've created for myself. With regard to tidying, everything in my house has a place. It drives Danny insane. He's more of a rearranger. I am not. If I find some place that something works best in, it will live there forever. It also makes things easier to find and easier to put away. So as I go through the day and when I do my major tidy up at night, everything goes back into the same place that it goes into every single day, every single time. It takes the guesswork out of it, makes it really simple and fast. A saying that I heard that always resonated with me is, don't let the sun go down on your filth. Obviously some days are better than others and you might have to leave the dishes in the sink, or whatever mess just has to be left alone. No judgment, do what you gotta do, protect your sanity. But I find getting everything done, put away, cleaned up at night lets you start fresh in the morning. And if you've had a bad day the day before, get a chance to redo it and try again. I hope that you have found some helpful tips and tricks in this video. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you there. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, leave me a comment, say hi, and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!